Imagine sitting in a dimly lit bar in Stockholm. Hans Rosling pulls out a slide from his laptop. It shows a startling graph, the percentage of the world's population living in extreme poverty, plummeting faster than you'd guess. Yet the room feels uneasy. Why does most of the world still believe things are getting worse? Today, we're cracking open Factfulness, a book that unmasks your brain's sneaky traps and explains why the world isn't as broken as you think. We love dividing the world into us versus them. But that black-and-white thinking blinds us to the full picture, where most people actually live. Hans Rosling once asked Mike, a British student, what percentage of the world lived in extreme poverty. Mike guessed 50%. The real answer? Closer to 9%. This gap instinct, our urge to split the world into rich and poor, makes us miss that most people now live in a middle ground, healthier and wealthier than you expect. Imagine sorting apples by size into just big and small. You'd miss the medium-sized apples in the basket. Rosling calls out this all-or-nothing habit as the gap instinct. Instead of seeing a simple rich-poor game, picture a ladder where 6 billion people climb steadily, not stuck at the extremes. Once you drop this gap frame, you start spotting what Rosling calls the silent miracle. Slow, steady improvements in health, education, and income that rarely make headlines. The world might seem grim because progress sneaks in quietly, not with a shout. You might think the world's getting worse every year. But here's the catch. Your brain is wired to focus on bad news. That's the negativity instinct messing with your view. Hans Rosling pointed out that in Swedish news, stories about famine or war vastly outnumber quiet tales of rising life expectancy. Media outlets chase fear because fear sells. A fact we all know, yet it shapes our worldview deeply, skewing it towards disaster. Think of your brain like Velcro for bad news and Teflon for good news. Negative events grab your attention and stick, while positive advancements slip away unnoticed. This wiring probably kept our ancestors alive, but now it makes us see the world through a gloom filter. Once aware, you can flip the script. Rosling suggests actively hunting positive data, like how global child mortality rates dropped by half in 20 years. This factful habit rewires your brain to see balanced realities, making you less anxious and more empowered. When something goes wrong, we want a villain, a simple cause. But life rarely offers a scapegoat, and blaming blinds us to deeper understanding. During the 2014 Ebola outbreak, fear spread fast, fueled by blaming weak health systems or local customs. Rosling showed us how oversimplifying causes made the world panic unnecessarily. In reality, Ebola was contained because of multiple factors: dedicated health workers, local cooperation, and international help all combined. Blame instinct works like a lazy shortcut, pointing to one obvious villain like a single suspect in a crime scene. But complex problems are like a tangled web. The cause lies in several threads. Pinpointing only one causes us to miss crucial parts of the story. Recognizing this leads to fresh solutions. Instead of finger-pointing, Factfulness encourages you to ask, how do multiple factors interplay? This lifts you out of panic mode into problem-solving mode. The world's challenges become puzzles, not disasters, and that changes everything. Remember Mike in that Swedish bar grappling with the poverty numbers? Now you see how our instincts, gap, negativity, blame, warp the facts Rosling laid out. Factfulness isn't just a book, it's a survival skill for your brain. Next time you feel overwhelmed by bad news or quick judgments, pause and ask yourself, what are the facts really telling me? Try it out today, question one assumption, and watch your worldview brighten. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.